Baymax was first described to me uh, just before my audition as just wanting to help and very gentle and not robotic, but just real friendly. And from there, I try to add a bit of robotic kind of rhythms to it without sounding like just an algorithm. I think Baymax is popular with fans because he kind of reflects them back to themselves. And it's the part you want to remember about yourself, which is that you are kind, you are generous, you are loving, and you're at your best when you're helping other people. And so I think he resonates with people because they do see themselves in him, um, even if they've forgotten that aspect of themselves. The key to bringing Baymax to life with both heart and technology is finding the balance between the two and kind of riding that line of being a robot and being helpful and compassionate. So I kind of lean to one side and hopefully not fall off that track. So I go a little robotic and I go a little emotional, and then center again. That's how I picture it in my head, is that he has an emotional life, but it's always kind of like tempered by the fact that he is the result of programming. But is he? Is there something else going on? That's up to you, dear viewer. Baymax's new series is a look into an aspect of him which we didn't get to see so much in the movie, and not so much in the other series. It's him being what he was made to be, which is a nurse. And he gets to patrol around San Francisco, which is his greatest desire, to help people, and kind of roll around in his little suitcase until he hears someone say ow or oh no or ah! And then he just kind of inflates and says, how can I help? And in the series, he's doing it all day. He's doing it all week, and he helps a lot of people. The few people we see in the series the few people we see in the series that he helps don't necessarily want his help. And so he kind of aggressively chases them down, trying to give them the help they need. And that's where I think all the humor comes from, is that Baymax is doing what he needs to do, which is help. And the other people kind of need to realize that they would benefit from a little help and vulnerability. I think Baymax's humor comes not from Baymax so much as the people he's interacting with. Baymax is pretty straightforward. There's not a lot of punchlines with Baymax, but the fact that he's kind of like slow in his process of doing things, or the fact that he's very straightforward and honest, causes reactions in other people. And so it's fun to see how people react to someone who's so pure and so honest and so, I don't want to say innocent, but uncomplicated. And people kind of have lost themselves sometimes by a complicated world tugging on them from so many different directions and kind of like building a callus on themselves. And Baymax kind of slowly and gently pulls down that callus and reveals the heart inside. And it can be funny to see people resisting that, or finally kind of blossoming out of it. That's why I think it's fun. Well, working with the new directors is always fun because they see the same character you see, only they see it from their angle. So I always get a thrill out of seeing a new, very honest perspective on Baymax that maybe I hadn't thought of or someone else hadn't thought of yet. And that's down to the artistry that we get to interact with. There's so many artists involved in creating Big Hero 6 and Baymax. There are a lot of different perspectives. And the director gets to actually kind of impose their vision on what's happening. And it's always fun to find a new way to say the same thing, because Baymax is very consistent with who he is and what he does and why he does it. But a new director may find a new rhythm in which to tell that story. I don't know if patients would welcome Baymax's help. It's a kind of a weird concept that there's a faceless helper coming in to pick you up and roll you over and change your dressings. But I think we're heading that way. Baymax's technology is based on real technology that's still developing now with inflatable helpmates that are in the lab now at MIT and other places. So it's coming. Maybe if we ease into it, maybe if we slowly wade into that water. I think if there was suddenly a bunch of Baymaxes coming around to help people, it might be a little frightening until they get to know him. Once they get to know him, I think everything works out. But initially, there may be some resistance.
Thanks for watching. Make sure to like and comment on the video if you enjoyed it. Click and watch our suggested video playlist right now for more entertaining videos. Subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell to be notified when new videos are released.